All dear students, now we are going to study the subject Science and Technology. Lesson number 2, Life Processes in Living Organism, Part 1st. In this lesson, we are going to study the 4 points are included in this lesson. First point, living organism and life processes. Second point, some nutrients and energy efficiency. Third point, living organism and energy production. And fourth one, cell division, life processes. Now we are going to study the first point, living organism and energy production. Living things are living due to the different life processes takes place in living organism. Which life processes are takes place in living organism? Nutrition, respiration, transportation, it is also called as circulation, digestion, excretion, responsiveness to stimuli, etc. Various organ systems are continuously performing their functions in human body, along with various systems like digestive, respiratory, circulatory, excretory, and control system. Different external and internal organs are performing their functions independently, but through a complete coordination. This overall system is in action in more or less same way in all the organism. Those are in need to continuous source of energy for this purpose. Carbohydrates, fats, and lipids are the main sources of this energy, and it is harvested by mitochondria present in each cell. It is not like that the only foodstuff is sufficient for energy production, but oxygen is also necessary. All these, that is foodstuffs and oxygen, are transported up to the cell via circulatory system. Beside, it is coordinated by the control system of the body, that is each life processes contributes in its own way in the process of energy production. Functioning of all these life processes also require energy. Human and other animals consume the fruits and vegetables. Plants, we know that plants are autotrophic. They prepare their own food material. They utilize some of the food for themselves, whereas remaining is stored in a various parts like fruit, leaves, stem, roots, etc. And we consume all these various plants materials and obtain different nutrients. Which nutrients we obtain? We obtain carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins, minerals, etc. Which food material do we consume to obtain these nutrients? We obtain carbohydrate from milk, fruits, jaggery, cane sugar, vegetables, potato, sweet potatoes, sweet meat, and wheat, maize, ragi, jowar, millet, rye, etc. We get 4 kilocalorie energy per gram of carbohydrate. How much energy we get from the 1 gram of carbohydrate? We get 4 kilocalorie energy per gram of carbohydrate. Now let us study the way by which the energy is obtained. Now let us study the way by which energy is obtained. First means we study the term metabolism. Metabolism is the term which is used to describe the chemical reactions involved in maintaining the living state of cell or organism. Metabolism is the term which is used to describe the living state of involving chemical reactions involving to maintain the living state of cell or organism. Metabolism divided into two types. Anabolism means production of energy and catabolism means utilization of this energy. Now we also study here which are the main constituents or proximate constituents of food material: carbohydrate, proteins and fats. And which supporting constituents we get from the food? We get vitamins, minerals and water from the food. Now we are going to study the way by which the energy we obtain. You know that many players are seen consuming some foodstuffs during breakfast of game. Why may be the players consuming the foodstuffs? They consuming the foodstuffs during breaking for getting the energy. Then we study the term respiration. Respiration, what is meant by respiration and which are the types of respiration? Also we study the structure and functions of human respiratory system in previous standard, means in 8th standard we have already study. Again we recall this. Observe the diagram given into the slide. In this diagram we see the different parts. Nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, then trachea, then lungs are there, bronchioles, bronchi, and alveoli, and last part diaphragm. These parts are there, and it is a human respiratory system. In a living organism, respiration occur at two levels, as a body and a cellular level. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged between body and surrounding in case of respiration occurring at body level. Means when respiration occur at body level, then oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged between body and surrounding. Then second, it is a cellular respiration. In case of respiration at cellular level, foodstuffs are oxidized either with or without help of oxygen. Foodstuffs are oxidized either or without help of oxygen. Then we already study the structure and functions of human respiratory system. The human respiratory system start from the nose, means the air from surrounding it absorbed by nose, and it is passes through windpipe, bronchi, lungs, then alveoli, and at the part alveoli there is a exchange of gases takes place. Exchange of gases in lungs takes place. Gases exchange occur continuously while gases exchange or gases exchange occurs continuously while blood is circulating around the alveoli, and iron containing protein, that is hemoglobin, is present in the RBCs of blood. We know that hemoglobin, it is a main constituents of RBCs, and is hemoglobin absorb the oxygen from air with alveoli. Simultaneously, carbon dioxide and water vapors move from blood into the alveoli. Thus, oxygen is taken into the blood and carbon dioxide and water vapors are removed from the blood and given out by the process of exhalation. And last part is there, diaphragm. Diaphragm, it is a muscular partition present at the base of thoracic cage. This partition is called as diaphragm. It is present between the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. Now here we are going to study the chemical reaction. Here there is a one compound C6H12O6, means 6 atom of carbon, 12 atom of hydrogen and 6 atom of oxygen. This compound is called as glucose. When this glucose is oxidized, glucose, it is a type of carbohydrate. When this carbohydrate or glucose is oxidized, then energy is formed. The energy is formed in the form of ATP. ATP means, what is mean by ATP? ATP means adenosine triphosphate is a energy rich molecule. Energy rich molecules ATP are formed, means energy is formed or obtained, and also the byproducts are also obtained. Which byproducts? Carbon dioxide and H2O. As a result, ATP molecule is formed. Means respiration, in short, carbohydrate of food that we consume every day are mainly utilized for the production of energy required for daily need. This energy is obtained in the form of ATP. For this purpose, glucose, a type of carbohydrate, is oxidized step by step in the cell. This is called as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. Cellular respiration occur among the living organism by two methods. How many methods? Two methods. Those two methods are aerobic respiration and second one anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, glucose is oxidized in 3 steps. We study after this point. Now we study here what is the difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. First difference between them, aerobic respiration takes place in presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration, it takes place in absence of oxygen. Second point, in aerobic respiration, complete oxidation of glucose takes place. In anaerobic respiration, the glucose molecule is incompletely oxidized. Third point, end products are carbon dioxide and water in aerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, the end products are either ethyl alcohol, it is also called as lactic acid, and carbon dioxide. Fourth point, lot of energy is liberated in aerobic respiration. How much energy? 38 ATP energy is liberated in aerobic respiration. Relatively small energy is liberated in anaerobic respiration. Only 2 ATP energy is liberated. Fifth, it occur means aerobic respiration occur in plant and animal cell, and anaerobic respiration occur in many aerobic bacteria and human muscle cells. The chemical reactions takes place during the aerobic respiration. Glucose means C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus 686 kilocalorie energy. The chemical reaction takes place during the anaerobic respiration. From glucose, ethyl alcohol or lactic acid means 2C2H5OH plus 2CO2 plus 56 kilocalorie energy. This is the difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic. Now we are going to study the process of energy production through the aerobic respiration of carbohydrate, protein and fats. Process of energy production through aerobic respiration of carbohydrates, protein and and fats by using the following chart. Now we study this chart. We already see the definition of cellular respiration or glucose. In aerobic respiration, glucose is oxidized in 3 steps. Glucose is oxidized in 3 steps. Which 3 steps? First step is glycolysis. First step is glycolysis. In the process of glycolysis, this process is occur in a cytoplasm. A molecule of glucose is oxidized step by step, and 2 molecules of each, that is pyruvic acid, ATP, NADH2 and water are formed. What is mean by NADH2? NADH2 means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And the molecule of pyruvic acid formed in this process are converted into the molecules of pyruvic acid formed in this process are converted into the molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. 2 molecules of NADH2 and 2 molecules of CO2 are released during this process. Now second step, Krebs cycle, or it is also called as tricarboxylic acid cycle. Both the molecules of acetyl coenzyme A enter the mitochondria. We know that mitochondria, it is a cell organelle. Both the molecules of acetyl coenzyme A enter the mitochondria. Cyclic chain of reaction called as tricarboxylic acid cycle is operated on it in the mitochondria. Cyclic chain reaction called as tricarboxylic acid cycle is operated on the acetyl coenzyme A and in the mitochondria. Acetyl part of acetyl coenzyme A is completely oxidized through this cyclical process, and molecules of carbon dioxide, water, NADH2 and FADH2 are derived. Again, here second enzyme FADH2 is formed. What is mean by FADH2? FADH2 means flavin adenine dinucleotide. We study here second process. This cyclical reaction of tricarboxylic acid cycle were discovered by the Sir Hans Krebs. Hence, this cyclical process is also called as Krebs cycle. This cyclical process is called as Krebs cycle. The second step we study here. Now the third steps. In the third step, electron transfer chain reaction. Electron transfer chain reaction. Molecule of NADH2 and FADH2 formed during the above process participate in the electron transfer chain reaction. Participate in the electron transfer chain reaction. Due to this, 3 molecules of ATP are obtained from each NADH2. 3 molecules of ATP are obtained from each NADH2 molecules, and 2 molecules of ATP from the each FADH2. 2 molecules of ATP from each FADH2 molecules. Beside ATP, water molecules are also formed in this reaction. Electron transfer chain reaction is operated in mitochondria only. Means, lastly, in this chart we have studied there is a carbon dioxide plus H2O plus energy. Thus, a molecule of glucose is completely oxidized in aerobic respiration, and molecules of carbon dioxide and water are produced along with energy. Like in this way, the energy is formed from the carbohydrate. But if there is an insufficient amount of carbohydrate in the body, when such a condition occur, this condition occur at the time of fasting and hunger. The lipids and proteins are used for the energy production. See in the chart, lipids are there and proteins are there. Proteins and lipids are used for the energy production. In case of lipid, they are converted into the fatty acids. In case of lipid, these lipids are converted into the fatty acid, whereas proteins are converted into the amino acid. Fatty acid and amino acid are converted into the acetyl coenzyme A, and energy is obtained through the complete oxidation of acetyl coenzyme A by the process of Krebs cycle in mitochondria. Krebs cycle in mitochondria. Like this process of energy production through the aerobic respiration of carbohydrate, protein and fats. Now we are going to study the anaerobic respiration in living organism or cell. Energy production in microorganism through anaerobic respiration. See the second chart. Some organism cannot live in presence of oxygen. Example, many bacteria. Such a living organism have to perform anaerobic respiration for energy production. Glycolysis and fermentation. Glycolysis and fermentation are the two steps of anaerobic respiration. Glucose is incompletely oxidized. Glucose is incompletely oxidized and less amount of energy is obtained in this type of respiration. Pyruvic acid produced through the glycolysis. By the process of glycolysis, pyruvic acid is produced, and pyruvic acid produced through the glycolysis is converted into other the other organic acid or alcohol with the help of some enzymes in this process. This is called as fermentation. This process is called as fermentations, means pyruvic acids produced through the glycolysis is converted into the other organic acid or alcohols with the help of some enzymes in this process. This process is called as fermentation. Some higher plants, animals, and aerobic microorganisms also perform anaerobic respiration instead of aerobic respiration if there is a depletion of oxygen level in the surrounding. Example, seeds perform anaerobic respiration if the soil is submerged under water during the germination. Similarly, our muscle cells also perform anaerobic respiration while performing the exercise. Due to this, less amount of energy is produced in our body and lactic acid accumulate, due to which we feel tired. Means at the time of exercise we feel tiredness. Students, here we study 2 points, and remaining 2 points we will see in next video. And the exercise is also given. The exercise will be given after next video. Thank you.